probably heard me say this many times on my channel here before, that within the tech space, I don't really jump on trends and hype and what's popular at the moment, right? I really talk my passion and I want to get in front of this camera and just nerd out with you guys about cool tech. I love fresh innovation and fun products. And I truly think the product we're going to talk about today presents all of that. And that is the new mouse from Corsair, being the Darkstar wireless gaming mouse. As you see in your box, of course, you get your mouse, your detachable USB-C cable, wireless dongle, and then your paperwork. Let's go ahead and jump into the stuff that really matters here. And I'll slap the specs right up on the screen so you look over them as we talk, just to kind of cut our time down a little bit here. But I want to talk about the shape of this mouse. And when you put it in the hand, it is a beautiful shape. Definitely brings me back to Death Adder V3 Pro type style right here. It comes back, wraps into my palm a little bit, but it's not super big where it's up here, getting into my fingers, kind of wrapping around. As you see back here, just kind of wraps around the palm. I would put it in medium to large hands, but again, it fits like a gem in the hand. Just when you put your hand on it, really nice. I'm not feeling myself having to excessively grip it anywhere. Nice little gap up top right here so your fingers aren't bending down too far. Really, really nice grip and shape here. Now, as far as the build of this mouse, incredibly solid. No creaking, no cranking, no anything anywhere. Of course, as we've seen from Corsair, very solid builds. Now, one thing that I'm sure you guys are curious about is the weight. And yes, just cutting to the point, it is a little bit heavier, I guess. Can we even say that? I mean, we're at 98 grams. So compared to what we see again with the trends these days, with mice being down to 50, 60, 70 grams, yes, this is a little bit heavier. And you do feel it in the hand. If you're coming to something like myself from the Death Adder V3 Pro, you feel, again, the increased weight right here. But it's very well balanced. I wouldn't say it feels excessively heavy by any means. For the features and tech it's packing, I think the weight's acceptable. Now, talking about tech that it's packing, let's go and take a look over what this mouse has on it. Number one, the sensor is the Marksman 26K sensor. It feels weird even talking about sensors these days. They're all stinking good. This one is absolutely spot on, but you do get wireless 2K polling rate on this. And again, it's spot on. Again, 2K, 8K, 4K, it's hard to tell, but again, this one is butter smooth. PTFE feet right here, and right down here on our power switch, as you see, you got 2.4 and Bluetooth. You get up to 80 hours running Bluetooth, and then 20 hours running wireless. This is with the RGB on, which you get, let me see if it comes RGB if I'm not connected here. You get the RGB right up here on the bottom, as far as your profiles, and then these lines up on the top, and then back in the logo, which of course, all this can be customized in the software. Now, coming down here, this is, you have your little dongle storage, right? And you pull it right out. Now, let me just show you a little something here that I had to figure out the hard way. Let me zoom in. You see on this side, if we can get focused, there you go. You got the grooves on this side of the dongle. Coming over to this side, it's flat. Now, I'm just going to show you. If you accidentally put it in the way with the flat side, it is an absolute son of a gun to get out. Why didn't Corsair make it grooved on each side? Because they got to put their Slipstream logo. I don't know, but they should have put the grooves on both sides so you can easily get the dongle out of our storage. Is it actually a storage because there's no door, even though it's dongle storage? I'm sticking with storage. Now, when we take a look at the front of the mouse, as you see, it is USB-C. Swing it around, you have a lot of buttons on this mouse, a whole lot. Being an MMO mouse here, again, this is what it's suited for, but me playing mainly story or FPS type games, it still worked out for me. Yes, I do mainly use these two, which we'll talk about here shortly. But coming up here, I do like these two extra buttons there. We've seen on Logitech before, they kind of got in my way a little bit. I never found myself accidentally pressing these. What I did find myself accidentally pressing is the profile buttons, because you can see they are raised up just a slight amount right there. So I don't know, maybe disable those or something. I caught myself, again, accidentally pressing those. Now, as far as 1 and 2, you are using Omron optical switches, and they're using their quick strike buttons. So there's minimal play within them, and they are right to the point. Let me give you a quick listen. As you can see, barely any play there, right to the point. And that goes right into whenever you're using a mouse here. As far as the 1 and 2 with the optical and the quick strike, I mean, it's instant, right to the point. It just feels natural when you're in game. Now let's talk about the coating of this mouse. And as you see, this is straight up from me using it. The sides, you got these rubber grips. They're not mushy or anything, but again, you do get grips and they are textured right there. As far as the coating on it, you kind of got like that soft matte rubberish coating, which is a fingerprint grabber, as you can see right here. I didn't clean this up or buff it up or anything. This is straight after use. And again, you can see my finger marks, especially on 1 and 2 right there. But again, it's a very nice grippy texture. I really, really like the feel of it. How will it last over time? Again, only time will tell. Now, one thing about the coating that was weird is on the bottom, that even down here around the sides, that little rubberish matte coating goes around there as well. But the key point is right here over by our buttons, bam, right on the bottom there. So I'm gaming, I'm going along, getting hot and heated. I grip a little firmer, press a little firmer. And if I go to the side, that's like an e-brake. Just look at it right there. So I'm sliding, 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 bam, lean it over a little bit and it just grips. And I think it's because that soft rubber coating or matte coating, whatever you want to call it, is right there. I think there should have been another PTFE foot right there, or maybe it should have just been straight up plastic, because if you slightly lean over into that side, you feel it. I'll give you one other example. I've been sampling or testing out some more glass mouse pads, getting into that. So, bam, you're gliding really nice here. Watch when I lean over. You hear that right there? So again, I'm gliding. The mouse is nice, slight lean, and it digs in. And again, when you're on a softer pad, it's even more. It's almost like an e-brake right there. So, wish there was a PTFE foot on the side. Now, this is a juicy part that really makes me nerd out here and get super excited about this product. That is the tilt gestures you can do with this mouse. Yeah, you can take it, tilt it right, left, forward, and back, and actually program it to a macro or a key press or a mouse button. Whatever you want it to do on the mouse, it will do that within the tilt. And you can actually dive into IQ software and adjust that tilt, the level. So if you want a little bit more or a little bit less so it doesn't accidentally go off on you, you can tilt it to your preferred level. For me, I had to lower it a little bit right there so I wasn't taking the mouse up and really swinging it all around, Now, as far as my time using it, I wanted to test it with a game I was familiar with. So number one, I wasn't struggling with the tech, and number two, I wasn't struggling with the game. So I tested it with Destiny, which I gotta be honest, maybe not the best situation to test it with, but it worked. I programmed a couple tilts to like one of my riffs and then a grenade throw, and it worked. It really did. Again, I had to lower my sensitivity of my lift-off distance right there a little bit, or my tilt distance, my tilt angle, whatever we want to call it. I had to reduce it a little bit right there so again, I wasn't swinging a mouse, but it worked. I might have had 3 instances where the tilt didn't go off and 2 instances where I had random tilts go off. But other than that, my core experience was absolutely fantastic and such a blast to use. It almost gave me that immersion, like I'm in the game, like wham, there you go, my Guardian, I'm throwing that rift up, or bam, I'm throwing that grenade, something like that, I don't know, just nerding out. It was really fun and immersive, kind of something you'd expect from like Nintendo, like with the Wii controller or something, That's what it gave me vibes of. Now, again, I don't think Destiny may be the perfect game for it. Maybe, again, more like an MMO where you're not in this hot, heated action where that quick instant's gonna really matter. Again, throwing something up like, oh, wait, why isn't it going off or something? Something like an MMO, I think, could be more useful for this. But where I think it could be really exciting and even more useful is productivity, right? Bam, print screen, right? Bam, screenshot, something like that could be really awesome to use. And I'm excited to dabble with it a little bit more over there. But again, I think in a right situation, this tech could really shine. And it's very fun. All right, so don't leave me yet. We're getting near the end of the video, and I want to talk about a few more things. Number one, this mouse is coming in at $170. So no, it's not cheap, but I think the features, functions, the build, the tech that it's packing, I think it justifies it. Yeah, it's expensive. I'm not denying it's not expensive, but I think what it's packing is innovative, and that justifies the price. But what I want to see here, and hopefully Corsair sees this as well, is I want to see a Darkstar Core, something like that, right? Let's go on and get rid of these buttons on the side. Let's just keep those two. As much as I love Bluetooth, and you all know it because it gives you, again, versatility, let's remove the Bluetooth right here. You can reduce the battery a little bit if you want, but I don't know, let's try to keep that. But again, let's kind of bring it down a little bit, right? Maybe reduce 10 grams, something like that. Keep that tilt gesture in there, and this thing will be absolutely game-changing. It will be something that Number one, I think a lot more people could afford and would be willing to try out. Say if it was around $100, $110, something like that. And again, it's a little more simplified, maybe for just, again, a core mouse. That's what I would like to see right here, Corsair. And I think, again, with innovative tech like this, a lot of people want to try it out. But again, the price tag will push little people away. Kind of like you see with like PS5 VR, or VR2 on a PlayStation, you know, PSVR2, whatever you want to call it, right? That price tag pushes people away from trying really awesome innovative tech. So Corsair, I hope this isn't the last of the Darkstar we see. I hope we see a Darkstar core. And again, some of those ideas I got right there, I think will be really beneficial to a lot of us, just average consumers. But as we see right here with the Darkstar, I do like it. And it's a very fun product. So anyways, thank you so much for coming by and watching my review on the new wireless gaming mouse from Corsair, being the Darkstar. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help you out. If I was, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.